Hello and a warm welcome. You've joined us on Market Fatafat right here on ET Now, and this is a show where we try to discuss many stocks which are buzzing in trade today, either on the back of fundamental news flow or on the basis of technicals. But Ankita, turning out to be a good day for Indian markets, isn't it?
Well, Shesha, yes, we were range bound. In fact, we have recovered a lot from the day's lows. If you look at Nifty, also we have managed to again touch those 20 DEMA that we were talking about, the 24,600 levels. We have reclaimed those levels. We are trading up almost 63 points from the day's low on the Nifty. Nifty Bank has also posted a very sharp recovery of almost 214 points from the day's low. So Nifty Bank also looking decent right now. On the sectoral front as well, we have Nifty Realty and Nifty Financial Services that has turned marginally in the red. Barring that, we have all the sectors that are trading in the green right now. Nifty IT is leading from the front. It is trading with gains of 0.5%. Nifty Media is also up 0.5%, and we also have the metal pack that is up 0.3% in trade. Besides that, it's the broader market that is again leading from the front. Through the consecutive sessions that we have seen an outperformance coming in from the broader markets, it continues to outperform. In fact, if you look at the small caps are trading with gains of 0.6%, and mid caps also up 0.3%. So yet again, the broader markets leading the rally from the front. But largely, the advance decline ratio is also tilted in the favor of advances for now, and India VIX has considerably cooled off to 4.7%. So it is a time of recovery right now. As of now in the market, we do see recovery, broad-based recovery coming in at this moment, Shesha.
Well, absolutely. Nifty trading comfortably above that 24,600 mark, turning out to be a good day. But we have Nilesh Jain, Head of Derivatives and Technical Research at Centrum Broking, now joining us to discuss a whole host of stocks that are buzzing in trade today. And on the research side, we have Rabinder, who is now joining us. But first up, let's talk about Tata Technologies. The stock is in focus on the back of a block deal that happened today. In fact, the last time I checked, the stock was sitting with a cut of nearly 0.7% in trade today. Nearly 2.1% equity changed hands in a block, and TPG Rise is the most likely seller in the block deal that took place today morning. As I mentioned, the stock is sitting with a cut of 0.8%. 761 is where the stock is currently trading. In fact, we had reported yesterday that TPG Rise Climate is offering about 8.52 million shares in a block deal that happened today. And on the back of this news flow, Ankita, the stock is sitting with a cut today.
Absolutely. Also, let's move on to the next counter then that is in focus today. Nilesh, you've picked out SBI card for us. Tell us, for SBI card, what do you see on the charts? Because if I pull up the chart for SBI card, if you look at the performance of SBI card in the last, today it's up to 2%. In the last 6 odd months also, it has been a clear outperformer. In fact, it has done very well amid a volatile market. It's up 31% in the last 6 months. So from here on, do you see this positive momentum to continue?
Very good afternoon to you. Good afternoon, everyone. So this particular stock, SBI card, if you just pull up previous 3-year chart, you can clearly see the stock went into some bit of consolidation. The broader range for this particular stock was 650 to 940. Now today the stock has given a multi-year breakout, and the breakout also supported by good volumes. So this is a kind of a attraction that we are witnessing in this particular stock. So we can expect a follow-up move to continue. Little positional target in this particular stock comes somewhere around 1000 plus. And could be possible that stock may move towards 1100 as well, but short-term target could be somewhere around 1000 with a stop loss below 910. SBI card can be added at current level and on declines as well. So good breakout, good build up on the long side on derivative front, and this momentum can take this particular stock towards 1000 plus.
All right, 1000 plus is what we are penciling in on SBI card. So a bullish momentum continues on that particular counter. But let's move on to the next counter that is in focus today, and that's Maruti Suzuki, that said that it plans to invest over 925 crore rupees to expand its captive solar capacity to 319 megawatts by FY 2030 to 31. Now, the car market leader announced the expansion of its solar capacity with 2 new projects. The company has already commissioned a 20 MWP solar power project at its new facility in Karkoda, Haryana, and also added another 10 MWP solar capacity to its Manesar facility. Now, with these additions, the company's solar capacity across its location has been enhanced from an earlier 49 to now 79 MWP in the last 1 year. Now, Maruti Suzuki India said that in a statement that they will be doing this expansion with an investment of, like I mentioned, 925 crore rupees. On the back of this expansion plan, Maruti Suzuki is in focus today. It has given up those morning gains, but nonetheless trading up 0.4%.
Well, yes, so Maruti Suzuki in focus today, but apart from that, Sun Pharma and Spark. Rabinder, tell us what is the news flow over here?
Well, yes, Sun Pharma and Spark, both the counter-recent focus in where companies say that the clinical trial for the psoriasis and atopic dermatitis has failed, and SCD-044 was being tested in the treatment of psoriasis and atopic dermatitis. Sun Pharma disclosed that the drug did not meet primary endpoints in either study, and as a result, the development of SCD-044 is being discontinued with no further clinical trials being planned. And it is a negative for a R&D company to have a successful trials for like Spark, and Sun Pharma promoter holds 66% stake. So back of this, Spark is down more than 18 to 19% in today's trading session.
All right, moving on then to the next counter. UPL is what you've picked out for us, Nilesh. Tell us what do you see on the charts for UPL? Another counter that is up in a way 1% in trade today. Last 6 months it has given gains of 13%, but in the last 1 month or last few weeks it has been consolidating. So from here on, where do you see this headed?
If you just look at the chemical basket as a whole, we have seen a good momentum today. In fact, in last couple of trading sessions, a good move can be seen across all chemical stocks like SRF, PI Industries, Navin Fluorine, and also UPL. So today, if you see, UPL in fact has given a good breakout on the chart with a consolidation of previous 2 weeks now, and a good buy crossover can be seen on MACD, and RSI also started picking up the momentum. So on the back of that, we are expecting a follow-up move in this particular stock towards 650 to 665, and with a stop loss below 625, UPL is a buy at current level and can also be added on declines. We have seen a lot of underperformance in the past from this particular stock, but now I think there has to be a catch-up play. So UPL may witness a spurt towards 655 to 660.
Okay, so that's the word coming in on UPL, but Zydus Life Sciences, this stock is also in focus today. Kanishka, tell us what is the news flow?
That's right. Zydus Life Sciences has actually signed a definitive agreement with Agenus Inc. to acquire commercial rights for India and Sri Lanka for the investigational combination therapy of botensilimab and balstilimab. Now, this BOT and BAL combination is a next-gen immunotherapy platform which is aimed at enhancing and sustaining the immune system's ability to respond to tumor cells. Now, under the terms of this agreement, Zydus will be responsible for clinical development and regulatory approvals of the licensed products in India and Sri Lanka. And upon successful approval and commercialization, Zydus will pay a 5% royalty on net sales. Now, after this announcement that came last evening, the stock is trading nearly 1% higher today, but it is still off its day's high at this point.
Well, yes, so Zydus Life Sciences in focus on the back of that, holding on with gains of nearly 0.5% in trade today. But let's also shift focus to a mining counter, then MOIL. It reported operational updates for the month gone by, and for the month of May, it has reported 1.7 lakh tons of manganese ore production for the month of May 2025, which is an uptick of a solid 18% on a year-on-year basis. In fact, the company also said that this marks the highest ever production for the month of May and fourth highest monthly production since inception. So very strong set of operational updates that the company has reported. 18% YOY production growth in the month of May, and that is the reason the stock is holding up with gains in excess of 1% in trade today.
All right, that's MOIL on the back of that news flow. But coming to you, Nilesh, for the technicals, Concor is the name that you picked out for us. 1 month performance, it has given 15% returns in the last 1 month itself. It has started moving up. From here on, do you see this steam to continue on Concor?
See, this particular counter has formed a good bottoming out process, and also it is on the verge of a breakout from a rounding bottom formation as well. We have seen a lot of accumulation in the zone of 650 to 700. Now the recent momentum has helped this particular stock to cross its 200-day long-term exponential moving average. So on the upside, we are expecting momentum to continue towards 825 to 840 with a stop loss below 765, 770. So that's the support zone for this particular stock where 200 DMA is placed. So can be bought, can be added on declines as well for a further momentum towards 825 to 840.
Okay, so that's as far as Concor is concerned, but let's shift focus to the IT sector then. Wipro is in focus today. Rabinder, the company has signed a deal with an international company, isn't it?
Well, as Wipro is in focus, our company has won a multi-year deal with Entrust, a global leader in identity-centric security solutions, where Wipro will provide strategic resources, scales, and agility to help Entrust accelerate to its growth. And Wipro will utilize its edge industry practices to assist further interest in development, product development, infrastructure, and application modernization. And Wipro will deploy Gen AI powered solution to redefine self-services, resulting in improved users experience, swift query resolutions, and reduce support response time. But stock is not reacting much positively, and stock is up 0.4%.
All right, so that's Wipro on the back of that news flow. But let's move on to the next counter, that is IRFC, that is in focus. Nilesh, why IRFC? It is again a counter that has shown some momentum in the last 1 month. So tell us, from here on, where do you see the stock headed? 16% odd returns coming in the last 1 month. Where do you see the stock headed?
Well, today, if you see across all railway stocks, we have seen a good spurt, a big spurt, I would say. So within that space, we still believe that the momentum should continue. IRFC, this particular stock, the technical structure looks positive. First of all, today's breakout was also supported by volume, which is close to 5 CR now. And it is trading well above its long-term and short-term moving averages as well. So important support for this particular stock is placed somewhere around 139. So that should be the stop loss for the long position. And on the upside, we can expect a follow-up move towards 150 to 155 as well. So within this space, if you just pull up Ircon, Railtail, Tex Rail, in fact, all these stocks have already given a move beyond 10%. So similar kind of a spurt we can expect in IRFC as well. So on the back of that, we are advising to go long for upside target of 150 to 155.
Okay, so we could see levels of 150 to 155. That's the word coming in on IRFC and a whole host of other railway counters that we discussed. But let's shift focus to Yes Bank then. The stock has recovered from the lowest point of the day and is sitting with some marginal amount of gains on the back of their fundraising plans. There you have it, nearly 1% higher in trade today. The company has raised funds. In fact, the company said that they've approved 7,500 crores equity fundraising, which will be done via various securities, and it's not just equity fundraising, they will be raising funds to debt as well. So 8,500 crores of debt fundraising, which will be done either in the Indian rupee or foreign currency. So on the back of these fundraising plans that the company has announced, Yes Bank is in focus today, nearly 0.9% higher as we speak.
All right, Yes Bank in focus on the back of that, but a couple of block deals also coming through today. Big block deals happening. Kanishka, tell us, you've picked out an ABFRL on the back of that. Tell us what's the news here.
That's right. As you mentioned, there's been a block deal in ABFRL. It is in spotlight as Flipkart has likely divested its entire 6% stake in the company through a block deal, which is valued approximately at 600 crore rupees. Now, the floor price for this transaction was likely around 80 rupees per share, representing a 7% discount to the last market price. Now, Goldman Sachs, that is said to have managed the deal. Of course, we'll have the finer details after market closes today. Now, this move, if Flipkart has exited the company, it marks the complete exit from ABFRL following the recent demerger of ABFRL's lifestyle business into Aditya Birla Lifestyle Brands. Now, following the block deal this morning, ABFRL shares are down more than 10% in trade today.
The stock is taking a knock in trade today, more than 10% lower, but it's not just Aditya Birla Fashion and Retail. We have Tata Technologies and Alchem Laboratories, which are also in focus on the back of block deals that took place. today morning. But let's also talk about Ashok Leyland. There's a positive news flow over here. Although the stock is not reacting in tandem, it is sitting with a cut of nearly 0.2% as we speak. In fact, the company informed the exchanges that they've bagged 183 crore worth order from Tamil Nadu State Transport. So on the back of this order win that has come through, Ashok Leyland is in focus today.
Alright, so Ashok Leyland is in focus on the back of that news flow. But another counter that is buzzing in trade is PI Industries. In fact, it gained as much as 4% today after one of its key customers, Japan-based Kumai Chemicals Industries, revised its outlook upwards for the year ending October 2025. Now, Kumai raised its revenue guidance by 9% and EBITDA forecast by 34%. Now, for the 6-month semi-annual period ending October 2025, the company now expects sales to be higher by 8.7% and the profit by 34.3%, driven by increased shipments. Now, this revision reflects a positive impact from higher sales, especially from advanced overseas shipments in the agriculture, chemicals and agriculture-related business segments. Now, Kumai is also said that it may consider further revisions to its full-year guidance depending on the second half performance. On the back of that, PI Industry is now up and away 4.5% in trade.
Okay, so PI Industries on the back of fundamental news flow is gaining 4.5%. But Nilesh, on the technicals, what does the chart suggest for the stock?
Well, as mentioned, across all chemical stocks, we are witnessing a good momentum. In fact, PI Industries, just to give you a disclaimer, we have already given to our client as well at the levels of 3900. We still believe that there is a further momentum which can be seen in this particular stock towards 4100 to 4200. So it's a buy on decline. The structure is very strong. The counter is trading in a high top and high bottom formation. Today we are seeing a good price and volume breakout. It is trading well above its long-term moving averages. It is forming a good rounding bottom as well. So overall, looking at all these parameters which are indicating a further momentum towards 4200. So with a stop loss below 3850, PI Industries can be added as a positional bet.
Alright, moving on then, coming to you, Rabinder. Shriram Finance is the name that you picked out for us. Tell us, I believe it's on the back of a brokerage note. Tell us, what does the brokerage note say?
Motilal Oswal has come out with a note on Shriram Finance, and they have maintained their buy rating with target price of ₹800. They say that they believe that the non-auto loans will drive further future growth for the company, and branch expansion will help the company reach more customers. They say that the NIMs are expected to improve due to better liquidity and possible repo rate cuts, and asset quality is likely to stay stable, and credit costs have mostly picked up. They say that the current valuation of 1.6 times for FY27 is attractive for an approx 19% PAT CAGR over FY25 to 27, and ROE and ROE of 3.3% and 17% in FY27. Motilal said that the Shriram Finance is a top pick in NBFC sector, but a positive brokerage note, and stock was up by more than 0.5% in the first half of the session, but now it says it is all its gain, and stock is down over 1%.
So the stock is sitting with a cut of nearly 1% in trade today, but the stock is in focus on the back of that Motilal Oswal report that Rabinder was just highlighting. But let's also talk about JSW Energy. Nilesh, why have you picked this stock for us? The stock is sitting with a 1.5% gain in today's trading session.
In this particular stock, we have seen a bit of underperformance. The counter was facing resistance at 575 levels. But good part is that it looks like it has formed a good base formation in the zone of 400 to 430. Now it is on the verge of a breakout from a falling trend line. If you just pull up previous 6-month chart, you can see the stock has faced resistance at 525 levels as well. So currently, today itself, it has given a breakout from its 50-day moving average, and it is also breaking above its falling trend line as well. So we are expecting a move towards 525 to 550 on the upside, with a stop loss below 490. JSW Energy is a buy.
Alright, with that, it's time for a quick breather. Don't go anywhere. After the break, we're getting you some more buzzes in trade on the other side. Stay tuned.
In association with LI. If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.